It's time to relax, grab a drink, pull up a chair by the hearth, and have a seat in the Skald Circle and listen to the story of the Fairies' Cup from English Folklore, as told by Mynogan. Before we begin our story, we wanted to remind you that we release new tales for free every week. Our shorter tales release on Wednesdays, and our longer chapter stories release on every other Saturday. Find out where you can hear them on our website at thescaldcircle.com. And be certain to subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. That way, you'll never miss out on one of our enchanting tales from around the world. Now then, without further ado, this is The Fairies' Cup from English Folklore, as told by Mynogan. In the province of Yorkshire, not far from my birthplace, says William of Newbury, a wonderful thing occurred, which I have known from my boyhood. There is a town a few miles distant from the Eastern Sea, near which are those celebrated waters commonly called Gipsy. A peasant of this town went once to see a friend who lived in the next town, and it was very late at night when he was coming back, not very sober, but when lo, from the adjoining barrow, which I have often seen, and which is not much over a quarter mile from the town, he heard the voices of people singing, and, as if it were, joyfully feasting. He wondered who they could be that were breaking in that place by their merriment, the silence of the dead of night, and he wished to examine into the matter more closely. Seeing an open door in the side of the barrow, he went up to it and looked in, and there he beheld a large and luminous house full of people, women as well as men, who were reclining as at a solemn banquet. Now, one of the attendants, seeing him standing at the door, offered him a cup, and you know what? He took it, but would not drink, and pouring out the contents, kept the vessel. A great tumult arose at the banquet on account of his having taken away the cup, and all the guests pursued him. But, by Jove, he escaped by the fleetness of the beast he rose, and got into the town with his booty. Finally, this vessel of unknown material, of which unusual colour and of extraordinary form, was presented to Henry the Elder, King of the English, as a valuable gift. It was then given to the Queen's brother David, King of the Scots, and was kept for several years in the treasury of Scotland. A few years ago, as I have heard from good authority, it was given by William, King of the Scots, to Henry II, who wished to see it. And that is the story of the Fairies' Cup. Thank you for listening to our story. If you enjoyed it, we recommend taking a look at our Patreon page as noted in the description below. You can earn great rewards while also supporting us to keep these stories alive for future generations to come. Also remember to subscribe to us on your podcast application and leave us a 5-star rating if you enjoyed this story. A special thank you to Kat for their support this month. Without your contribution, we wouldn't be able to continue these stories, and we truly appreciate it. Visit thescaldcircle.com to stay up to date with all of our current events, news, and much more. Not only that, but you can also visit our story archive of every tale we have told. It's sorted by origin and region for the convenience of your listening pleasure. Thank you for listening to our story.